It's been 3 years since my heiress sister, Zoe Hudson, blocked me. She donates $1 to my Raindrop Fund campaign and leaves a comment dripping with mockery. Lung cancer, huh? Let me know when you're really dead. I'll throw a party. 3 years ago, Andrew Lane, the needy student she's been sponsoring, accuses me of stealing his college admission spot. Zoe flies into a rage and has me pulled out of school on the spot. Even if you couldn't get into college on your own, I would still have your back, she snaps. But stealing someone else's spot? That has to be punished. We have a massive fight that ends with her coldly kicking me out of the house. Come back when you realize what you did wrong. I refuse to believe I can't fix that rotten attitude of yours. Since then, she has treated that needy student like a prince. As for me, she makes sure I lose every single job I land, until my only way to survive is picking through trash. I stare at her comment blankly for a long while, before calling a cemetery plot salesman. Please hold the cheapest one for me. I'll send you the deposit tomorrow. The single dollar Zoe donated is just enough to hit the withdrawal threshold. I'll give her exactly what she asked for. Look, you'd better hurry. You know how fast plots go these days, the cemetery plot salesman said over the phone, sighing. His meaning was obvious. Until he saw the money, nothing was official. I understood why he was pushing me. Over the past year, I'd looked at cemetery plots several times, but could never bring myself to reserve one. They were simply too expensive. Between my medication and treatments, I had barely anything left. So every once in a while, I'd go back to see if any cheaper plots had opened up for me to snatch. Every time the salesman asked which one I wanted, I could only mumble awkwardly, never mind, I'll bring my family next time. But this time, my voice was steady. Don't worry, I'm actually buying it. After hanging up, I switched my screen back to the Raindrop Fund page. In the sea of comments wishing me a speedy recovery, one stood out. It was from my sister, Zoe Hudson. Lung cancer, huh? Let me know when you're really dead. I'll throw a party. I read it over and over, still unable to believe those words had come from my own sister. Yet, thanks to the dollar she donated, my balance had finally reached an even $10,000, making it eligible for withdrawal. I pressed my lips together bitterly, and was just about to tap the withdrawal button, when a new donation and comment suddenly popped up. It was from Andrew Lane, the needy student Zoe had sponsored. He donated 1 cent and left a comment. Chase, come home. As long as you apologize properly, Zoe will forgive you. Don't fake something like this again. My fingers tightened around my phone, but after a moment, I said nothing, and submitted the withdrawal. Peanut, the stray cat I'd taken in, seemed to sense something was off with me, and kept rubbing against my feet. I crouched down to pat his head, then poured the last of the cat food into his bowl, filling it to the brim. He immediately limped over and started eating. He was a disabled cat with a badly broken leg. As he ate, he kept glancing back at me. When I met those pleading eyes, my own stung with tears. I felt like I was right back on the night Zoe kicked me out of the house. I could still hear her disgusted voice, cold enough to cut to the bone. If you won't admit you were wrong, then get out. I don't want you anymore. 3 years ago, Andrew had barely handed over his college admission spot to me, before he turned around and told Zoe I'd bribed a teacher to steal it from him. He put his entire future on the line, betting that Zoe would blow up. The only teacher who could have vouched for me had retired and was traveling abroad. No one could reach him. Andrew had timed it perfectly, and his bet paid off. Zoe flew into a rage, refused to hear a single word of my explanation, and had me pulled out of school on the spot. I broke down, and we had a massive fight that ended with her slapping me hard across the face. Chase Hudson, you've never wanted for anything a day in your life, she snapped. Did you really have to steal? Andrew clawed his way up from nothing. Do you have any idea what that spot meant to him? When she ordered me to apologize to Andrew, I refused, stubbornly insisting that I had done nothing wrong. So, in the end, she kicked me out of the house. That day, I just sat outside, waiting for Zoe. I thought she was just angry in the moment, and that she'd call me back inside when